think it's twofold. I think they've already gotten the grasp on how we want to play, and now it's just finding the consistency to be able to play that way for 40 minutes. And so we got a good foundation built, and now it's just about tightening up some screws as we move forward. And but the understanding of how we want to play on both sides of the floor is there, and again, it's just about being mindful of putting it together for 40 minutes.
One player that you think right now that's going to surprise the masses that no one's talking about?
One player, I think we got a bunch of them. I think that people are going to be surprised with how much Sweet still has in the tank. I think people are going to be surprised with Angel's versatility. I think people will be surprised with Camilla's assertiveness this year. I think Elizabeth bouncing back from injury, and so yeah, I think we can go across the board and where people may be surprised at what they're going to see.
What's the plan defensively against Indiana, without giving too much away?
I think first and foremost we gotta contain the transition. I think that's pretty generic enough to give away. They get the ball out extremely fast, and so however we can do that and manage the transition and make them play in the half court in ways we're able to to be physical and whatnot and slow them down as much as we can. We're going to try. That's an extremely well coached team with a veteran group now, and they're one of the best pieces in the league, Caitlin Clark, and she's got a year under her belt for handling W physicality and defenses, and so she's seen it all at this point, and so it's going to be a tough test for us, but we're prepared for the challenge.
What is it like coaching someone like Courtney Anderson, who's basically your same age?
She moves better than me.
You guys are very close in age. I'm not making a joke.
Yeah,
it's a lot different than coaching 22-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell the difference when she's out there, though. She moves like a 22-year-old, and so she, it may take her a little longer to get ready for practice, but once she's up and moving, she's just like she was before. So it's been great to have her. The vocal presence that she is, the leadership that she shows on the floor and in the locker room is something that can't be replaced, and I'm extremely appreciative of our team as well.
How do you feel about the application of things that you guys have been doing in practice has translated over to the games?
I think it's been good. I think there's obviously room for improvement, and it's something that we've talked about as well. After each game and in film sessions, it's just having that carryover from day to day, and it's been a little tough with how the schedule has been, and having 3 preseason games and having off days scattered here and there, and media day and things like that, of how we can kind of generate consistency moving forward. But I think there's still the understanding of what we're trying to do, and so that always gives you something to build upon. And we're just continuing to get buy-in from our players and learn how we want to play on both ends.
What is your reason for having your 2 rookies playing with practice players?
Yeah, it's just to get them some live reps and some live action against our core and who we feel has more experience, and just getting them as much experience as possible and allowing them to play free. And so they were great today and have been great all throughout camp. But yeah, that's the thought process behind that.
Ariel was saying that one thing she wants to get a lot better at this season is getting all the way to the rim. And I asked what the offense can do to support that, and she was like, no, it's on me, it's my mentality. But I'm sure there probably still are some things, coach, that you can do as a coach that what do you think are some of those things?
I think it's the spacing. Everything kind of boils down to that, and I think if you ask me the same question about Camilla and Angel, it would be the same answer. Is how we can create space for our perimeter players and our post players that allow them to be most effective. And so it's a two-way street from that standpoint. We got to help her out as a staff and show her the areas where we think she can be effective, and then it's on her to execute that.
The NBA has had rivalries in the past, and it seems like they want WNBA would like to see a rivalry between Indiana and Chicago. Do you think that's viable?
I think there probably is some merit to that. I think that playing a team 5 times in the regular season is tough on both teams. But again, we don't back down or shy away from any challenge. I think that by game 3, each team will have the other's number, and so I think that at the start of the season everybody is 0-0, and so we feel like that we can put forth a great effort no matter who we're playing against, and so that's the mentality that we're going to have going into Saturday.
But is it going to be fun though if that happens?
It's always fun. It's always fun. It's always fun. I think that you know, you want to see competitive basketball, and both sides have talented young players, and so yeah, it's always fun to get to lace them up, and especially to kick off the season. You know, it's something that's I know our players and our staff is looking forward to.
A lot of the players at Media Day were saying that they feel like this is the most joy that they've felt playing basketball in a long time. So why do you think that's happening?
I don't know. I think this. I mean, as a coach, that's what you want to hear. That's what you want to create. That's was at the top of my list in coming here. Is creating an environment that made people want to be a part of and want to come to work every day. I think that it's extremely important to the in relation to the basketball side, and it's hard to give your all from a basketball standpoint if you're not fully bought into who you're doing it with. And so we put a huge premium on that, and it's just good to see that the players are kind of echoing, you know, us carrying out how we wanted to approach it.
Coach, Angel, did she have a gift for you guys that she did today?
She did. She got us all some Beats stereo, so that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I was super appreciative of that.
How many family members, friends are going to be at this game on Saturday for your first game?
I have a few. In attendance. I was with the Pacers for a couple of years, and so you know, I'm still pretty close to a lot of their staff, and so this is beyond a dream come true for me personally. Just having my first real opportunity to coaching at a place that I looked up to for so much, and there's a lot of connection there for me, and so but I'm the op now, and so that's okay. That's okay. We're going in there to put forth our best effort and hopefully come away with the win.